Our top story this morning: pressure is mounting on New York Governor Andrew Cuomo to resign after a bombshell report by the New York State Attorney General found that Governor Andrew Cuomo sexually harassed multiple women. Republican and Democrat leaders, including House Speaker Nancy Pelosi and President Joe Biden, have asked the governor now to step down. But before we talk more about the headline-making report, let us just listen into what President Biden said.
Back in March, you said that if the investigation confirmed the allegations against Governor Cuomo, then he should resign. So will you now call on him to resign, given the investigators said the 11 women were credible?
I stand by that statement.
Are you now calling on him to resign?
Yes. Look, what I said was, if the investigation of the Attorney General concluded that the allegations were correct, that back in March, that I would recommend he resign. That's what I'm doing today. I've not read the report. I don't know the detail of it. All I know is the end result.
These are the findings of a 5-month investigation conducted by 2 outside lawyers who ended up speaking to 179 people and found nearly 74,000 pieces of evidence. They interviewed complainants, current and former members of the executive chamber, state troopers and additional state employees, and others who interacted regularly with the governor. They found that Cuomo sexually harassed members of his own staff as well as other state employees, including a state trooper and members of the public.
The independent investigation has concluded that Governor Andrew Cuomo sexually harassed multiple women, and in doing so violated federal and state law. Specifically, the investigation found that Governor Andrew Cuomo sexually harassed current and former New York State employees by engaging in unwelcome and non-consensual touching and making numerous offensive comments of a suggestive and sexual nature that created a hostile work environment for women.
The inquiry showed that Cuomo engaged in unwanted groping, kissing, hugging, and made inappropriate comments. She also added that the Democratic governor's office had become a toxic workplace, one that eventually enabled harassment to occur. The prominent Democrat was accused of sexual harassment by multiple aides, after which the investigation was launched into these allegations. He faced multiple allegations that he inappropriately touched and sexually harassed women, especially those who worked with him or who he met at public events. Cuomo, however, continues to deny all these allegations. After the probe report was published, Cuomo dismissed the findings and said that he has never in his life touched anyone inappropriately.
My attorney, who is a non-political former federal prosecutor, has done a response to each allegation, and the facts are much different than what has been portrayed. That document is available on my website. If you are interested, please take the time to read the facts and decide for yourself. First, I want you to know directly from me that I never touched anyone inappropriately or made inappropriate sexual advances. I am 63 years old. I've lived my entire adult life in public view. That is just not who I am, and that's not who I have ever been.
The findings of Cuomo's sexual assault probe are clear, but the New York governor continues to deny any wrongdoing. For now, there is no immediate comment from the governor's office on this probe. The Attorney General's report is expected to play an important role in an ongoing inquiry into whether there are grounds for the New York governor to be impeached. Now, Andrew Cuomo's sexually inappropriate behavior was brought to light last year, and even then it led to a chorus of calls for the governor's resignation. Many top elected Democrats in New York, including U.S. Senator Chuck Schumer and Kristen Gillibrand, asked him to step down. And once the Attorney General released the report, Senator Schumer came out in public and reiterated his statement from March.
As we have said before, the reported actions of the governor were profoundly disturbing, inappropriate, and completely unacceptable. Today's report from the New York State Attorney General substantiated and corroborated the allegations of the brave women who came forward to share their stories, and we commend the women for doing so. The New York State Attorney General has conducted an independent, thorough, and professional investigation that found the governor violated state and federal law, had a pattern of sexually harassing current and former employees, retaliated against one of the accusers, at least one of the accusers, and created a hostile work environment. No elected official is above the law. The people of New York deserve better leadership in the governor's office. We continue to believe that the governor should resign.
Let's just listen into what the people of New York have to say about the probe and charges against Governor Cuomo.
You don't need creeps running the government. What we're paying that for? We're taxpayers. So we need to have somebody that we can trust. Not somebody that can just go and because I'm almighty, I'm going to go and touch women and stuff like that. No, that's not good.
I would hope he would resign and set a better precedent, because I feel like everyone is getting sexual allegations, and that they should stop entirely. People should stop abusing women. So that's, yeah, but I don't know if he will.
As calls for Cuomo's resignation grow louder, there is a possibility that the governor might be impeached as well. For more, let's just listen into what Associated Press's New York State reporter has to say on this.
Civil investigation, so there are no criminal charges that were brought about today. The Attorney General said that it's possible that other prosecutors who are looking at this report might do their own investigation and potentially bring about criminal charges. The women who were sexually harassed could also bring about lawsuits. And meanwhile, lawmakers in the Assembly right now are discussing about what to do with an impeachment probe that's been ongoing. And there are lawmakers who are calling for the governor to resign or be impeached.
WION is now available in your country. Download the app now. Get all the news on the move.